covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Rachel Williams. We're seeing dry weather conditions with no rain in sight, which means multiple Arkansas counties are under burn bans.
Yeah, here's a map from the Arkansas Forestry Division. As of right now, on this Tuesday, there are burn bans in Benton, Washington, and Sebastian counties, just to name a few, but more could be added to this map today even. However, in Oklahoma, as of today, there are no burn bans in the Flora and Sequoia counties. Well, it is Fire Safety Week, and to the Fayetteville Fire Department, they're going out. They went to Holcomb Elementary to help students learn the importance of having a plan in an emergency.
They were taught the importance of having a working smoke detector and plan for getting out of a house when there's a fire.
Super important to start when you're young. These are where those lessons are kind of reiterated in the kid and instilled, the importance of the safety they need to take with planning with their own home, and the things we teach them could potentially save their life.
Fire crews will take these lessons to several other schools this week.
All right, let's get a check of Zach with that weather because it looks like there isn't any rain in sight. Zach?
Yeah, that's right, ladies. The drought's certainly going to get worse for us as we go through the next several days and potentially over really the next couple of weeks. We may sprinkle in, no pun intended, a spotty shower chance the next 10 to 14 days, maybe the next 7 to 14 days. But in terms of a drought buster, we don't see anything, no pattern like that coming our way. At least we have some nice fall weather, though. Starting out with the cool, crisp 40s this morning in northwest Arkansas. We're topping out in the upper 70s, low 80s, similar to your Monday. Very comfortable, nice fall weather all around. River Valley, actually a touch cooler today than on Monday. Should see mostly lower 80s up to around 83 degrees, lots of sunshine. We'll stick with the trend of 40s and 50s the next couple of mornings. Those aren't going anywhere. And again, as we look at the overall 7-day forecast, this is how it's shaping up for us. We'll slowly warm through the rest of the week with 90s coming back by Saturday. Our next front will arrive as we go Sunday, and that could have a stronger push of cooler air that'll move in this time next week.
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, hundreds of Benton County residents got a letter in the mail on Monday.
It says their water may be contaminated with lead and copper. Those with Water District 1 says the letter are precautionary, but all stems from new Environmental Protection Agency rule giving water service providers until October 16th to do initial inventories of service lines.
We have a contracted crew. They will come in and they will dig up at our water meter, and they'll also verify what the pipe is going into the house. And as soon as we get those back, we will notify those 746 homes of what was found.
Well, District 1 workers say that the public water system was tested in July, and the state found lead and copper water samples were all within the allowable limits. A rezoning project in Cave Springs is not sitting very well with some.
5 News reporter Parker Abels was at a meeting on Monday to talk about that project and has the details on how people are reacting.
The city of Cave Springs is considering new housing options on Murdoch and Highway 264 West. And Monday evening, it held a rezoning meeting to get input from those who live in the area. The majority say they're against it.
Neighbors and community who are opposing a large high-density scale development that is trying to go in near us.
However, the mayor of Cave Springs, Randall Niblett, says they're working with residents and the Planning Commission to try to satisfy everyone.
We're reviewing, being sure that things are done properly. That's the purpose of the Planning Commission. That's the purpose of the public hearing, to be sure we address all of the concerns and that we do it in the right way.
Right now, the plan would mean a large influx of people moving to the area, which would have these neighbors on edge.
It is called a PZD development, which means that the developer can do basically anything he wants. There are plans for pocket homes. We're talking upwards of maybe 700 people.
And Jackie Moore says she believes with an already dangerous road, this housing unit would make it even more dangerous.
It's on a small county road that even if paved, there is only one way out, which would be 264 around a blind curve.
And her husband, Steve, says it would ruin a peaceful neighborhood.
Safety, traffic congestion, just quality of life. People like to see the cows, like to see the sunsets, and that's going to be obliterated with cinder block and brick if we have this high-density housing come in.
The developer of the project was at the meeting and says he is willing to work on a compromise. In Cave Springs, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Well, Morris launched a petition to block the project, gathering over 50 signatures before Monday's meeting and even more signatures after that meeting concluded.
Well, those are some of your top headlines on this Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great day.